Hi everybody, my name is Balin, and I have a 9-inch penis. God damn. God damn. God damn! John 3:12 scumbag. I have Tourette syndrome, and I have a show coming out on Monday called Balin Out Loud. And I wanted to just clarify that you're bald. Line it up. I wanted to... This show is dedicated about what my life is like living.
Tap that wiener, tap rotisserie chicken. And scene. My name is Balin. I'm Wayne it. Sorry, I'm excited. F off.
Donald Trump has once again outdone himself. My God, setting the stage for America to become the crypto world superpower, and altcoins take center stage. It is such a beautiful morning in crypto right now. Our altcoins are absolutely screaming to the upside. I'm in a ridiculous trade right now. Finally have a trade open long enough to make it till the afternoon. So I'll let you guys in the chat, maybe our special guest and his TA, help me decide, is it time to just take the gains? Or can I ride this to the absolute moon and never have to work again? Maybe. And all this while inflation continues to rise. We have a profit-taking plan here in the blockchain basement for 2025 that continues to follow a perfect path and a plan that I built to all this. Isaac, you're joining me on the show today.
Always, every
We've
day.
been a little unhinged.
Very
get
unhinged.
It. Okay. But it's good to have you joining me.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome in. Welcome in all. Let's see who we got here. We got Willis Wilsford, Hazard Shot, Linwood Jones, C90FTW mocking. That was a good highlight. Isaac does talk to himself before the show often.
Hey, it got you talking about it, so
Yeah.
I did my job.
It did your job. Bitmain, Captain Gary, Houseless Hooligan, French Toaster. Thanks for the hat highlight. Trying to get Frankie to go blasting some stuff with me. We'll see if he makes it happen. Hit Frankie up. Tell him he needs to go shooting with Drew because I have some amazing plans and it doesn't involve murder. No, we have some insane plans. Just got to get Frankie out there, enjoying the world. Now, make sure to follow me on Twitter here at Druth Crypto. I am at 3,500 subscribers. Isaac at Isaac Does Crypto right there. You're in my recent searches, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I changed my whole bio.
You changed your bio?
I'm an AI agent, remember?
Oh, yeah. So you're like a cyborg now. AI agent goon for Hit Network, co-host of the Blockchain Basement, the AI guy. Code base 10 for 10% off of This Is Arculus Drift. You've been printing on this graphene.
Dude,
project,
I'm up
haven't
like
you?
34% right now.
On the day?
On the day.
Damn. That's a good move. Is the bag is it doubled now already or what?
It's about to double. I'm
Okay.
pretty close.
Okay. Let's check it out. On YouTube, we are at 69,300 subscribers. Gained another 100 subscribers overnight. That's great. Feels good. Appreciate everyone's support and sharing the streams, smashing the like button, dropping the memberships in, and just overall being great people. You guys are fantastic. We are right under 70,000 subscribers right now, which feels great. This trade, where are we at? Obviously, I'm playing it safe. I got this trade in. This is on the 5-minute. So I'm really liking trading the 15-minute on 35x leverage. Okay, on Bitcoin. I get it. It's not for the faint of heart. I got this trade in like right here and made it to work. And man, things have been really fun today. So I am up. What are we up? I think it's up like 89% as of right now. So maybe I keep it open. Could this be the one that I hold all the way to inauguration? That is the question on my mind.
Possibly. And guess what? We still have all of those liquidations at $100,000.
That's true.
$3.6 billion of liquidations.
That's true. And on the shorter time frame, I mean, it's kind of anyone's game here. Let's get TradeFly up here. My homie, TradeFly. We did some shows way back when. He's an awesome dude. I want to have his opinion on where this market could go, especially in the short term, because I'm psycho-handing the 1-minute candles. My God, TradeFly, welcome to the channel. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. It is always a pleasure. And yeah, man, let's definitely look at some TA. I did share my screen with you, and I don't know if that actually popped up yet for you guys.
No,
we need to toggle or.
I don't know if I don't think it shares directly to us. Maybe I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know if it's gonna work, like, because we have vMix and it's not like StreamYard. It's not like StreamYard where you can just send it over.
I'm gonna try something.
I'm
gonna try something. Let's see if this.
There it is. I see something.
All right, so I don't know if you guys can adjust that at all, but if not, no
Let's
big
go to
deal.
his wide
I'll
shot.
go ahead and I will talk through this a little bit here for you guys.
Okay.
But there's a couple things that I'm looking at right now. And one is the liquidation heat map. All right. That is one of my favorite things to look at. And that shows you where liquidity is sitting. All right. So when I say that, people are taking at this point, they're taking some leverage short positions, anticipating a drop. Why? Because we are at an area of resistance, an area that we've seen hit multiple times by Bitcoin. And that really is about 99.2, 99.3. Not going to talk you out of it, but it wouldn't be a bad idea for a take profit one potentially in this area. And that is because it is a clear area of resistance. When I'm going back and I'm looking at the chart, we will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 interactions where this value area high just in this area has acted as resistance. Now, what you can look for this, if you guys are looking for a scalp or an intraday type trade, is a swing failure pattern, right? Look for that wick to go up. Clear out the liquidity that is sitting over top of that area at about, we'll say 99, 8, 99.9. If it swings up over 100K and then falls back into the range, this is pretty popular. Frankie Candles does this a lot. That's one of his big plays, is the SFP back into the range. Look for that, right? Because we have now seen this twice. We saw it when it was support at about 92K, and we also saw it in the area of 102K, right? It hit its head multiple times on 102K on smaller time frames, and then you saw that wick up, come back down into the range, reestablish with a retest, right? So you like to see something get flipped from resistance into support, vice versa. When you see that, that is typically an opportunity, especially if you have confluence with RSI and some of those oscillators working their way down in conjunction with, kind of showing you that there is an opportunity to take a short. So that is something that I will be looking for here. And when I say that, that's again at about, we'll say 99 to about 100K is where you're going to start seeing that swing failure pattern potentially take place. If you do see that, that could be an opportunity for you guys in the short term. Now, for you sitting in the trade right now, again, I say this is a range where I would personally probably look at a take profit. Not saying that we are, going to hit our head for sure, because we can never predict that. But looking at it on the 4-hour, it does make a lot of sense. Where's your next level up? If you're going to ride this one out, I'd say about 102.6. 102.6 is that next area where I would look for some resistance. in an area, maybe you cash out or you take your TP2. It depends on how you play the game with this one. I know it's high leverage, but I would say right here, right now is an area of caution in terms of seeing some price action kind of move in the opposite direction.
I like what you're saying here, and I kept it safe. Like, I've moved the stop loss right behind the trade. It's basically under the flag that we just formed this. So stop loss is at like 98.5, and that'll still make me, 70% on the trade. So I'll still be well up. I'm just really curious if this flag actually plays out. And the closer we get to the inauguration, the more I want to have a trade on the books for that day. So
do you think this is a sell the rumor, buy the new, or buy the vice versa? Like, I mean, I think we had a little Trump pump, right? Like, it did happen when he got elected. You saw it go through the roof, and then, hey, I'm gonna, introduce these crypto regulations here, day one, right?
Yeah.
Like, but I don't know what it's really gonna do for us at this point. We already know he's already in place. I would say the different government officials that got elected, they're already in place. I guess it would be interesting. I think the biggest thing that's going to make a pop is the reserve. If they really follow through on that, I think
they're going to follow through with the conversation, but it's not going to actually, like, I've been saying this for a bit. It kind of dawned on me. It's going to take a lot of time for the Treasury to set up that process of purchase reserves.
Bro.
So I don't really actually see the U.S. buying Bitcoin in this year. I don't see the United States actively buying Bitcoin to add to the reserve. More so just the conversation coming out of the United States, kickstarting other nations to kind of try to, beat the U.S. to the punch, buy up the Bitcoin over 2025. I could see more so the U.S. letting a bear market pull Bitcoin's price back down by 50 or 60%, and then they end up buying it. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I feel like is going to happen. On the inauguration, I think that the day of is going to be a ridiculous pump, an over pump, and then I think it's going to fall back down very sharply. I think it's kind of going to be the best of both worlds, where we'll get that nasty pump on the day of. Everyone realizes he made it. They didn't get, we finally, because we have to admit this. There's been 3 attempts on his life, or 2 attempts verifiably, potentially even 3. And so there is a lot of wonder, is he actually going to make it to the seat? And we have a lot of different weird warnings, even one warning that just came out last night from the Biden administration about some calamity to come, right? So there's a lot of kind of weird things being talked about in the background. I think that at large, the world is waiting to see him actually sit down in the seat physically because of how many attempts have been on his life getting just through the election process. So I do think that there is still some worries in that regard. But yeah, I think that it's going to be very, very exciting to the upside and then to the downside in the same day on that inauguration day, January 20th. It's just an exciting time to be alive. And we also have the crypto ball, right? He's putting together the first ever crypto ball on the 17th. And even some of our, one of our favorite altcoins, Ondo, came out that they're one of the main sponsors for this crypto ball. So this leaves a lot of excited juice in my tanks when it comes to looking for, excited juice, that came out weird. It must have been the intro, but it gives a lot of potential for upside for RWA projects. I feel like RWA, real world assets, and I've been a utility coiner for as long as I can remember in crypto. I mean, it's been like 7-8 years. It gives a lot of hope for utility tokens to finally have that time to shine. They've been outshined by the meme sector, by the NFT sector, by a lot of these things that really don't have any real world application other than money go up, number go up, and then it all falls back down to zero. So with that, that's why we see XRP is just under its previous all-time high. Stellar Lumens, XLM is absolutely ripping, man. Like it's been really, really kind of refreshing to see the utility tokens pump first and foremost. And with this market, everything looks pretty good. I kind of want to ask you 2 questions about, if you have any, are you mostly focused on Bitcoin for this cycle, or what kind of projects are you the most interested in holding into 2020?
Yeah, so I would say the larger portion of the portfolio is always allocated to Bitcoin, and that is always my recommendation to people that are getting in. Bitcoin should be the largest portion of the portfolio, right? But you're starting to look for investments, all right? In my eyes, this market, crypto market, has really shifted, right? So this talk of like, hey, are we gonna get, a regulation? Yes, we're gonna get it. Is it been adopted? Yes, it's been adopted. Like, we don't have to have those conversations anymore. So I agree with you that I am macro bullish on crypto. I think there's going to be another shakeout. We talked about that last time we had a discussion, and I'm on board with that. But when it comes to these projects, like, it's a matter for me of finding utility. So I am right there with you. I love to find things that are going to have real world application. That matters to me, because community driven pumps, easy come, easy go, man. That's, to me, it's a little bit of gambling in essence, right? Like, you can hit big. You can hit big at a casino. I've seen it happen. But at the same time, you can lose big, right? So you got to be careful with those. They're fun to get behind. You just got to be careful with how much capital you actually put into those different projects. But yeah, man, I would say that getting into things that have utility is a bigger play and a bigger part of where I'm allocating my DCA portfolio. Okay, so I am starting to DCA more into those types of projects, more so than what I used to. I will say that, the FTX thing, and a lot of things that happened in 2021, when it was all kind of coming down into the bear market, kind of scared me out a little bit in terms of how I played the game. I was very, very cautious, very careful with how I traded. And what I was doing was I would make my trade, and then I would convert it back to USD. All right. And I was doing that because if you read the terms of service on Coinbase, you'll find out that when you convert it back to USD, it is now held at a separate financial institution. All right. So when it's held at a separate financial institution, it is then protected. And if you looked at Voyager and some of the exchanges that crashed, who's the first people that got their money back? The people that had their money in USD. Right. So that is the way I was trading. So I'll be honest with you, I didn't really start DCAing back in until probably about maybe it might have been 7 to 8 months ago is when I really started DCAing back in hard. And I will say that, yes, I have Bitcoin, but my DCA portfolio is very split in terms of where I'm putting money. And as projects come along, Ondo is one of them that I like as well. I have now started to allocate more to things like that. Chainlink, I like that as well. Again, it's a lot of things that I think will have real world tangible use cases. And that, to me, is what is appealing when I start investing.
That's a very based approach. Like, going after, it's almost like they're altcoins, and I feel like there's lots of upside left for them, but they're kind of better, surer bets in comparison to the rest. Because we got a whole sea of speculative stuff going on right now. Chainlink is my biggest bag, and I am seasonally a Bitcoin maximalist, and I'm not shy about it. Like, there is a time frame when I just switch. I dump all my Bitcoin into, which I did, into Chainlink at $5. But it's an old Chainlink bag that I'd been adding since $1.90. So its overall average is like $3.90 right now. And I just like to seasonally shift gears. And what you said about being careful about exchange is very, very important. I got burned from holding a good amount of Ethereum on Celsius, right? And then Celsius went under. Celsius was a very, very trusted avenue where you could get yield from and things of that nature. And then, boom, the lights went out. The bear market came back, and Celsius went under because of the dark things they're doing in the background. Got exposed. Those who swim naked, when the pool runs out of water, they get exposed a little bit. So I like the approach. Now, don't look at me like that, Isaac. Okay? Don't look at me like that.
That was just a little sus.
You're going to make me bring up that video of that guy driving through the drive-thru without pants on.
I didn't know that video existed. Anyways,
it just
continue.
came out. All right. But regardless, we're going to talk about Bitcoin tops now. God. Isaac, stop looking at me. All right. So I previously, about a month or two ago, I was feeling like this movement that we had was looking just like the last market. And we're going to land between $200,000 and $240,000. With the recent stumbling below $100,000, and now we're sort of chopping at a price level and a Fibonacci sequence level lower than historically we have done. My mindset about where the top of Bitcoin has actually shifted a little bit. What is your, outlook for where this top could actually be for Bitcoin in 25?
So I took a very simplistic approach to that. I literally took from 2021, the two highs there in 2021. I extrapolated that out and I was like, where could we go realistically? I took a fib extension and it really put me around 90K in terms of that. So then I was like, okay, well, we're past that, right?
Mm.
So let's start looking at, some higher levels. And then we came out with it's crazy. The fib extension played out unbelievably well because we were able to find 103 and 108, both of those pullbacks. Now, where can we go? It gets weird when you say like, hey, we're kind of in price discovery, right? So it's hard to predict. And so I'm again very, very conservative. I will be honest with you, very transparent because I've already put it on camera. We're past where I thought we would be. All right, so I'm not going to go back and have the benefit of hindsight and be like, hey, I knew we were going up here, because I'll be honest with you, I didn't think we would. I thought we would have a significant pullback at some point, but there's a lot of speculation. I won't even say speculation. There's a lot of narratives driving the price action at this point. We have the ETF, we have a pro-crypto president, we have pro-crypto, government officials getting in. The whole thing with adoption, it's all changed. And, I saw a lot of that at the Bitcoin conference. I will say I walked away from that never being so bullish on cryptocurrency and really Bitcoin in particular when I went to that conference. And I think, there's an opportunity to continue to go up. I'm not going to say where I think it's going to go. I've already been wrong on that one. I thought we were going to get up to about 100K, have a nice pullback because people were going to sell off because the 100K narrative was going for so. Don't you remember? Everybody said we're going to 100K. We're going to 100K last cycle. And
I
then it was
do.
like,
I
boom,
do. But
down
I
to
didn't.
16K.
Something that kept me from falling for that narrative last cycle was basically just looking at the 4-year cycle and the market within it, pulling a fib from, let's say the second halving. I had a fib from about $1,100 or $200 down to the bottom of it. We outperformed the hell out of that fib, right? But the market cap was much smaller. We outperformed it. Then we get to the 2017, the third halving top cycle. It's basically from $19,000 down to that moment of $3,000. We performed to the top of that fib perfectly. This one that we're in, we've actually outperformed up until about a few weeks ago. And this stall point that we've had right now is where, because me compared to you, I'm a moon boy, right? And you're more of a base, like, let's just walk before we can run. And this stumble point has led me to believe that, we are on track to maybe top out between $150,000 to $200,000, but have the narratives there to go in place. And as long as we're getting in early and we're paying attention really closely, and follow TradeFly's channel, he does great work, great TA day to day. And we're focusing on this market. I think we're all going to be winners here. It's just about being able to take the profits and not ride those things back down to their price reset. Right?
Yeah,
that's going to be
don't round trip it.
Don't round
trip it, man.
That's right.
And I think one of the big parts that I really take into the equation here, because I just started doing a lot of reading, and I love reading about market psychology. And so I started thinking about it once Bitcoin got up over 100,000. I was like, okay, take a step back. Let's think about this. And what are you more likely to allocate more of your funds to as somebody that's just getting in? Something that is over $100,000 per asset, Bitcoin, or are you going to look at something like Cardano, which is sub at the time, sub $1 or maybe right around $1. It's like one of those things. Like, okay, well, Doge, hey, do you guys think Doge will go to $1 at any point? Like, because they're asking that question. When you talk to people, they know like two things. They know Bitcoin and they know the dog coin or Doge. Like, they might actually know the name, some of them. So you start thinking about that and they're like, okay, what's at 33 cents or 35 cents at the time? And you're like, okay, can this go up to $1? Oh, I would make so much money. I would double my investment. Do you think Bitcoin's going to go to 200K? And that is the point right there where they're like, oh, well, let me just throw like $100 into Doge. Maybe I can double that instead of putting it into Bitcoin, even though we know more about it, right? We study this, we look at it almost every day, and we know that there is an opportunity there because it is a finite asset that inevitably the price will go up just based on there being less and less of it. That is less of a case. But again, it goes back to market psychology, I think. And that is why I think you're seeing a little bit of a stagnation. It's kind of getting stagnant in terms of price action, as well as people are just taking profits, man.
Yeah.
People are taking profits at 100K, like, because that's what we've been waiting for, was that magic number. And so it's kind of a sell wall at 100K. But yeah, can we go up to 150, 200? Yeah, absolutely. It's a matter of time. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It's going to get there. Are you going to be patient enough to ride it out? Or do you have a hodl bag, or are you kind of trying to play the market, swing trading essentially? And that's really kind of the big thing there. But yeah, man, I think it's nothing but up in terms of the trend. The macro trend is up and right. It's clear as day. Look at it on your chart, zoom out. I challenge you. Look at it on the weekly if you guys are just getting into crypto, and then just draw a line across the highs. Okay, draw a line across the highs, find where it comes back down to, draw another line, and what you're going to see is the trend. And you'll see the trend is up and right. And so, it's just a matter of time, but are you going to wait it out? And then, do you need the money? Do you need to realize the gains? Like, have you held it for a year? There's so many different things to think about there, but I will say at some point, please, for the love of God, realize some gains. Right? Like, this is the name of the game, right? It is an investment when it comes down to it. So
very true, my brother. Very true. Well, it was great having you on the show, man. I hope we can get on another space. I was just on a space with you this week. That was awesome. I'm looking forward to joining you if you got room for me on your channel as well. Want to get more involved with the Piper family. You guys do great work over there. Good homies. So everyone in the chat, make sure you're following TradeFi. We got his account, his X account in the comments, but could we pin that to the comments, Mr. Isaac? We'll make sure to get you pinned, get all of our people following you, and keeping up with all your work. I appreciate you coming on the show today.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you. You guys take care.
Really, see you, man. That guy's pretty cool. That guy's pretty. He flies airplane. He still flies airplane. I think he's in the Air National Guard still. He was saying he just went out before we went live. So I don't know if I just gave too much detail out. Very cool, dude. Now, I have not convinced to close this trade.
That's fine. Do what you want to do, man.
You know what? Whatever. I'm just going to leave it open. I mean, I'm still going to be up big time, even if it fails. This is great. I'm feeling good. So let's go through all the stories. Now we have CPI data coming out. Actual was 2.9%. Estimated 2.9%. Same thing that they thought was going to happen prior. 2.7%. So inflation's gotten worse, but they expected it to get worse. So guess what? The market pumps. That's how the world works, folks. No one cares. Now, this is crazy. Before I go into this, inflation's going to continue to get worse. As we get into 2025, it's going to go, in my opinion, back to insane levels. And this is where the Fed has to keep interest rates pretty high. It's kind of a nuanced conversation, but essentially what we're doing is TradeFi just mentioned we're in this. He didn't mention stagflation for the economy. I'm saying stagflation for the economy, and that'll create basically a standoff between buyers and sellers, thus giving me and you at home, if you have been hammering into crypto along with us since Bitcoin was $17,000, immense fiat buying power to go buy up a bunch of real estate assets at very, very cheap levels and, avoid high interest rate mortgages. This is an insane moment in time that we're embarking on. Honestly, we got the Trump pump coming on. We got a lot of news to talk about with Trump. So let's get into the rest of the news. Trump is just making our bags pump like crazy every day. This is his latest comments. Trump promising to bolster power plants.
This onslaught at lower prices, I'm pledging today that in my second term, we will eliminate a minimum of 10 old regulations for every one new regulation. We'll be able to do that quite easily, actually. And instead of attacking industries of the future, we will embrace them, including making America the world capital for crypto and Bitcoin.
See, so this is insane to me. The focus of the talk was to talk about power plants, and he's wrapping in the world power of Bitcoin into the conversation of power plants because he understands that he has to increase the energy production, lower the cost of energy production to then turn America into the world superpower of Bitcoin. When this is in terms of Bitcoin mining, hash rate control, all of that included. So it is very, very bullish, not only for Bitcoin, but also for, I keep saying it, the construction industry in data centers, nuclear power plants. That's going to be insanely lucrative because they're going to start to implement those. Again, there's been a major push against this green initiative that has basically made it. Trump just said something even crazier. Okay. I think this is on my bookmarks right before I went live. And no one really understood why I was so against this industry. I used to hire for the windmill production industry. And I know exactly how much fiberglass and how much oil is utilized in the production of these damn windmills that have cost us an immense amount of money, energy spent, all those things. Trump just came out with these windmills are an economic and environmental disaster. He doesn't want even one of these things built during his administration. So if you're in the windmill industry, all that, you might want to be watching out for that. Might be a good time to pivot. I don't know, just saying. But it's coming. And they still haven't found a way to recycle those damn things. Tradefly dropping the memberships. What an absolute awesome person. If you didn't grab a membership, join the channel as a member. It's $1.25 a week. But we have Florida coming out with their plans for a Bitcoin reserve. This is from Sam Arms.
What a man.
This is your boy.
This is my boy.
Sam Arms, very cool dude. Isn't he like a bodybuilder or something?
Yeah, he's a bodybuilder.
This dude is
insane.
huge. Like you can see his arms coming through his damn suit there. But it looks like Florida is potentially beating Texas to the punch when it comes to rolling out their own Bitcoin reserve. Very, very bullish. And we'll see multiple states, in my opinion, roll out their Bitcoin reserves ahead of the United States government, thus just compounding that nation-state FOMO as I see major states, because U.S. states have pretty large GDPs compared to even countries.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of capital to be rolling up. Pull up only when we're about to get the next leg up. Banana Republic, that's meaningless.
Unhinged. That is meaningless. You can't hide. You're always going to be here.
He's always trying to hide. Should we ban him just for old time's sake?
Did you say ban?
Yeah.
Ban! You're gone. 5 minutes.
Just for old time's sake.
Old time's sakes. Bye-bye, meaningless.
All right. So now, on-chain lens, given this highlight, Trump World Liberty Fi swapped out 100 wrapped Bitcoin worth $9.9 million for 3,000 Ethereum at an average price of $3,226. Project also sent 18,000 Ethereum worth 59 mil into multiple wallets on Coinbase Prime. It bought 17 wrapped Bitcoin for 1.7 million as well. So a lot of little movements happening with World Liberty Fi happening at the same time. Good to see. Is this the start of altcoin season? We've been there. I think it started and we started to see decoupling happen right around Christmas. And it's going to continue to compound. It's going to be really, really crazy to see it as we see. I have a story here today, but we might see the beginning of base meme coin season on top of all this chaos going on. It's a lot to keep up with. Hold on. I'm fasting right now.
I know.
I've changed my diet. I ate spaghetti and my wife bought McDonald's last night for the kids. And I can't let the food go to waste. I'm not a wasteful person. So now I overate.
Okay, McDonald's. I had McDonald's the other night at 3 a.m. So,
Sicko. That's what did it. You sent me the picture of you with McDonald's, and it's been like forever since I've had McDonald's. So, one of my favorite projects I hold, Ondo, is one of the main sponsors of the crypto ball. And who's this? Nathan Allman is attending. Oh yeah, this is the CEO dude. Nathan Allman, the CEO of Ondo, is going to be attending the crypto ball. That is very, very good. David Sachs hosting. David Sachs going to be the crypto czar in charge of crypto and AI. And he's going to be hosting this crypto ball. This is the first ever crypto ball held by a executive member of the United States government. It's happening before the inauguration as the first crypto president, Donald Trump, gets ready to roll out. What a fancy little invite they have going on. I know McDonald's is poison, vet. I understand this. I am poisoned. That's why I'm cleansing it. I'm not going to eat for like a week after eating that McDonald's.
I only had it. I've had it once in the past like 2 years. Yeah, I'm not gonna die.
But, you know, I'm not a wasteful person. It tastes good. The McRib is back. The bull market.
The
was
juicy Kansas City barbecue.
Oh my God. All right. So now we got America, everything happening in America with crypto. We are looking like we're turning into the world crypto superpower, but all we see is the nation states also hammering in. Dubai government is planning to build a 17-story. They misspelled story.
I know, I did see that. I was very disappointed in
Why did they do that?
I don't know.
17-story crypto tower completed by 2027 in Dubai. Dubai's going to try to catch up, you know, and there's a lot of Middle Eastern big bag money bags out there. So we got to watch out for that. But at large, I think America is going to retain that power. President Bukele of El Salvador announces that the government of El Salvador is going to cover the electricity and the water bill for 95% of the population this January. So very interesting to see El Salvador kind of rise up and the government surplus. You know, things are looking good. They're looking green because El Salvador has been continuously buying through this time frame. And now they've increased the buying to, I think they're doing like 11 Bitcoin. I think it's like 11 Bitcoin a day. It's what it's been coming out to. They were at 1 Bitcoin a day. Now it's just like they're increasing more and more. And they just got that huge IMF loan. They said, all right, IMF, we're going to stop making everyone buy and hold Bitcoin and transact in Bitcoin. We're just going to make it an option, right? And now we see them take that money from the IMF and hammer into even more Bitcoin holdings. Very, very based. Now, Chainlink and the CCIP v1.5 upgrade is now live on the mainnet for all developers. We have the release empowering developers to take their tokens cross-chain in a self-serve manner. This is a huge upgrade for token deployers. Deploying cross-chain token CCTs across 20 different blockchains in literally minutes. Absolutely crazy. Chainlink just keeps rolling out the goods, keeps giving me reasons to make it continue to be the top holding in my portfolio. How is my portfolio doing? Let's just take a look. Let's see what the biggest gainer is. Morpho, $2.83. That's super, 19.5%. Moonwell right behind it, 15%, but honestly, it just lost that 5-cent range. So I'm like flatline on that. Aerodrome popped up from $1 very aggressively. Do you see that?
Very much so.
It was at like 87 cents yesterday or something like that. It was very, very low. Aerodrome is up 11% on the day. That's great. Parse IQ, Injective, IO.net, Constellation DAG, and then XRP. Look, XRP is almost at its all-time high. Let's see here. Let's check it out. This has been 8 years in the making for its all-time high to be breached. We are so close to it. It's at the all-time high is officially around $3.15 roughly. We're at $2.88 right now. This is the thing why it's like so much harder to get the damn squeeze out of it is because the market cap is well beyond its previous all-time high. But then the price lagging behind. This is what happens when a project in the long term falls a little bit victim to its inflation rate. But at large, it's still looking like it's going to be able to accomplish a $5 to $6 price point for the token in this cycle. Man, shout out to Matthew King, bought an Arculus. Shout out if you want to pick up an Arculus. Got a great code base10 and you can get 10% off of it right now. Game healthiest meat for sure. I got to get hunting.
Yeah, I haven't been hunting in a couple months. I need to go again.
I really need to go hunt. Elk burger. They're talking about elk burgers in the chat. Dude, you're making me hungry. I'm fasting right now and you guys are talking about freaking elk burgers. What is this? Hell?
Yes.
Where am I? Hades?
Yes.
Unbelievable. All right. So now let's look at all the rest of these juicy altcoin stories. Here's a good reason why we see Morpho just looking so dang strong. The daily interactions on Morpho are going absolutely parabolic. Now, this is the supply interaction in the blue. The collateral interaction is in the orange, and the borrowing interaction is in the gray. The overall usage and interactions on Morpho is going absolutely nuts. So seeing this, it makes a lot of sense why we've seen Morpho pretty much outperforming a lot of the other holds that I have within the base ecosystem. I really like the Morpho bag that I built because I built it at $1.20. When we're asking what looks like the strongest things, I mean, it's pretty clear. Every time that Bitcoin ticks up, Morpho ticks up by double digits. You know what I mean? And even on days where things are kind of sleepy, I feel like Morpho has just stayed stronger than hell. Let's see, where are we at in terms of the overall year? Overall year, we are falling. Like that last pullback we had got us into that previous tranche. Honestly, I'm not going to be surprised to see Morpho be hitting $4.50 in pretty quick order. I'd think that we could probably see above $4 on Morpho within the month of January. Very, very bullish on this project. Very good looking stuff. Now we also have this. From Trump's SEC might have to overhaul crypto policy and potentially even freeze enforcement. Giga bullish. Trump planning to do everything to make the U.S. a crypto capital of the world. Very, very bullish for not only American-based projects. We even have a highlight from Tap Tools that Trump might make American-made products, considering Bitcoin an American-made product. XRP, Cardano, and HBAR tax-free assets in the United States. Ondo is in that pile as well. Chainlink, unfortunately, not within that realm.
Yet.
Not yet. Well, it's based in, I think it's like the Cayman Islands or something like that.
Okay, never mind.
But Chainlink, maybe we see them move their headquarters to the United States for that preferential treatment, potentially. But it's good looking out. And on the legislative side, my homie, Tom Emmer, honored to have been selected as a vice chairman of the subcommittee of digital assets, financial technology, and artificial intelligence. President Trump in the White House, Gary Gensler confined to the waste bin of Washington. We have excellent opportunity here to ensure that the future of digital assets guided by Americans with American values. Looking forward to working with Chairman Representative French Hill and Chairman Brian Still right here. Brian Still out of, where is he out of? Wisconsin, it looks like. He's a representative out of Wisconsin's congressional district. And the rest of their colleagues to foster an environment where digital assets innovation can thrive. And now Tom Emmer's focus has always been just making sure America stays competitive against China, against the rest of the economies around the world that, you know, previously in this past 4 years, they had the chance to just absolutely smoke us in terms of innovation and bringing companies into their into their areas. What about Aero? We should look at Aerodrome today too.
We should.
But the U.S. just did not want to get smoked, and Congress at large saw this potential of America being outpaced by the rest of the world. So I really am very thankful to see Tom Emmer's voice get louder and louder because he bases it off of economic outlook. And I really think that America was shooting ourselves in our foot despite our nose by cutting that out. Drew, am I about to get stopped out? What are we at? We're still at 70% up, though. That's all right. Is it going to do it? This is the chaos. If this thing holds... Oh man, I still got like 1,000. It's a pretty decent trade. It's 1,200 or $100. Whatever. We'll see. This is the gift that I do is I just focus on the news for you guys, but it gets stopped out. Unbelievable. Let's see here. It's on my phone too. If it stops out, let me know.
Okay.
It'll probably send me a notification. So Mason, Crypto Mason, brought up something, and usually, you know, I hate comments about XRP. This has a lot of validity, though. The reason he kept talking about this is because there is a serious potential on the XRP ledger. The XRP community knows how to hold assets, and that is very, very true.
Mm-hmm.
XRP itself is pumping. The community is delusional. They make impossible things happen, and it's early for meme coins on XRPL. I have seen XRPL meme coins doing some pretty crazy things. He built a bonk bot of XRP meme coins, and some of the memes will grow with the ledger. This is just something to keep in mind because we saw how much fun the Solana degens have on the Solana ecosystem with their memes. And those are violent to the downside. Like you'll see a Solana meme coin come out, and then 5 minutes later, it's at zero. It's at zero. So when we see this, XRP people psycho hand things very, very heavily. Will not be surprised to see some major winners out of the XRP ecosystem. This is something I saw Barry Silbert also posting. Massa. What the hell is Massa?
No.
Get Massify. He's been posting about this. This is a brand new thing that just popped up on the radar here. AI powered by the people, real-time data network for AI agents and apps building anything. Isaac, I need to put you on the case for this one.
I'm very intrigued.
Yeah. First of all, the name, hilarious. NASA. But, Barry Silbert he's been shilling little bags of AI projects here and there. I do think that there is something to this. And we're going to be AI agent hunting right now. So
I want to look at that project real quick.
Let's see what this is. I really, I'm not going to join their Discord. Go to the website real quick. AI powered by the people. You can build. You got a node worker, developer hub. This is just one of those sneaky ones that Barry Silbert has kind of snuck into the AI basket. Grayscale knows how to move the market. So when I see Barry Silbert giving something a highlight, take it seriously. This is something I definitely want us to be paying close attention to. Get involved with the network. Might be something that turns into something. So with that AI agent stuff, Real Vision, this is Raoul Paul's little platform here, giving a highlight to AI XBT agent. And it looks like Raoul Paul has told OSF _rec that he thinks AI XBT agent is going to go to $1 billion market cap. AI XBT agent is already at a $500 million market cap. We started watching it at $100 million, but potentially giving another, shroud of getting it to $1 billion market cap. I think Raoul Paul a little bit disillusioned with the AI agent thing because his Solana bags have been kind of sleepy compared to the AI agents. Been being asked about them. So, this is something to keep in mind, but AI XBT agent, one of the stronger ones. And also I still think the AI XBT is holding the largest mind share when it comes to these agents. And pushing this move forward, Franklin Templeton, massive asset manager, $1.5 trillion asset manager, released a report on AI agents in the crypto ecosystem dominated by Solana AI projects. 7 out of the 10 featured projects are on Solana. Very, very interesting thing to keep in mind. Here it is. Look at that. Isaac, you're going to like this.
Ooh.
They're highlighting Graphane first and foremost.
Beautiful.
AI XBT by Virtuals. And then Truth Terminal, the GOAT AI rig complex. This is kind of a new one on my radar. Zero Bro, pain in the price on Zero Bro. Not a great price action there. And then Ava. We've looked at that one a little bit. A launch pad for Solana. But it's pretty interesting to see. I feel very justified in our focus of Solana and base auxiliaries. Literally everything on this is either Solana or base chain. So that is something to keep in mind. AI agents going to be a big narrative. A lot of people are thinking, "Oh, this is just a fly by the night narrative. It's not really going to move anywhere." There you go. It's happening right there. So with that, Isaac, you got in on Graphane a little bit ago.
I did.
How has it worked? Where did you get in on the project?
I got in at a $300 million market cap. At the
$300 million?
At the very bottom of $300 million.
Okay.
It's at $553 million right now.
So it's almost a double up real quick.
Very quick.
Have you been able, I know you applied to utilize the product itself, but have they let you into that to start utilizing it yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Soon though.
Okay. God, you got in at a 300 mil too. That was a great move, dude. Holy cow. Now, this one, it's at a $500 million market cap.
All the supplies out.
All the supply is out. It's one of the main ones that you can choose from on like the AI agent terminal that we found that TJ gave us like a month ago.
Yeah.
So it's going to be noticed. It's going to be utilized. How long are you going to hold this for? How long until you start taking profits?
I think, well, if it hits $1, I'm going to take my initials out because at that point I'll be little over doubled. And I think it could hit a $4.5 billion market cap.
Okay.
Around and possibly top out around $4.50.
Okay. 4.5 bill.
My conservative take. I did some moon math on it.
A little bit of moon math. I mean, and it's honestly 4.5 billion for one of the main focused on AI agents. Not too crazy to look for. And that's why I was saying, like Raoul Paul, like AI XBT could hit $1 billion market cap. Like, dude, that thing could hit $10 billion.
Yeah.
But how, like, AI XBT is growing so fast, dude. And the data aggregation, it's actually a pretty damn useful product. A lot of people are fading this AI stuff. They think that this is the funniest thing. I was on a space last night and someone's like, oh, altcoin season's not really going to happen. Retail's out of money, you guys. First of all, the most amount of millionaires we've ever seen has been minted over the past 5-10 years. And second of all, what do you think happened in March of 2024? Was it a false? Was there no AI movement? Do we not remember that AI projects like 10x, 20x in the span of like literally 4 weeks?
Literally.
People thought that the bull market had come early from how fast and how heavy the freaking altcoins moved. That wasn't even in the bull market. That was in the accumulation market, and we were 10xing, 20xing on projects. What land do you have to come from to think that there is no retail market anymore? Right? That is just insane. Shout out to Coins Chick for dropping a membership as well. Very, very nice of you to do. To the person. A person with the name person as the name. Took that. So today, here's something else I got to do because I'm holding Jupiter. I've done a lot of swaps on Jupiter, which is a Solana auxiliary DEX or DeFi play. Jupiter Exchange airdrop checker has gone live. I did see someone in the chat got their airdrop of Jupiter tokens. So this is something that I need to go do after the show. I have another show coming up right after this, and I'm going to try to, it's bench day. So I cannot miss bench day. But I'm going to be going in there, getting my airdrop. I'm pretty damn sure I'm qualifying for this. So I'll be going in there to do that. If you've been swapping a lot on Jupiter or even just a little bit, it is worth a check to see if you qualify for an airdrop. You go to the @Jupiter Exchange Twitter account, and then they give you the link for the checker there. So make sure to pay attention to that. Also, speaking of airdrops, Pudgy Penguins and Luca Nets had a interview with the New York Stock Exchange. Now, I do feel like this is just a short clip. Let's have a listen. Luca Nets, very big name. He's behind Pudgy Penguins and a lot of different things. Rolling out the abstract change soon. Let's see what combo was had.
What's next for Pudgy Penguins? As you know, we kicked off 2025. What are you looking at for the near term?
Yeah, I think, up until this point, I think we've done probably the best job over the last couple of years in terms of becoming a cultural phenomenon and being the character within the industry that represents the industry in the best way possible. A huge mission for us over the last couple of years has becoming the face of crypto, the mascot of crypto. And I think up until this point, we've done exactly that. But we really need to take it up a notch here in 2025. I would anticipate, what does it look like to have long form content, whether it's a movie or a TV show. We have 2 premier games releasing, one on desktop, one on mobile. And we have announcements and partnerships that I think just are going to continue to push crypto forward, just like Pudgy Penguins and Walmart was a historic moment. I think we have a lot more historic moments in store.
What's next?
Man, that is crazy. To get an interview on the New York Stock Exchange, that guy is plugged in heavily. Obviously, we've seen he's done a great job with Pudgy Penguins. And he highlighted some of the reasons that, finally, I was like, fine, this is a NFT that I'll respect because I saw that they had the Walmart products coming out. They have a game. Their game's actually kind of fun. I have the stupid Pudgy app, and I have a lot of traits on these random little Pudgy characters that I have. So they're just building something that actually might have a lot of legs this market. So shout out to that. Hannah, she called Pudgy's very early. She never bought one though. That was the problem. But she's always been part of the community. She just, she credit where credit is due. She convinced me into it. and I finally started talking about it well before it reached the prices that it's at right now. So, Bad Fox said it best. They're cute. They're fun. They're NFTs. It's a fun little side project. I got to get this. Cody Calvin Klein keeps highlighting this KIP protocol. This KIP protocol.
Take a look at this shit.
Keep that on the screen. KIP protocol. Maybe we look at it. How is it looking reasonable? Is this a scam? Is Cody trying to send me down a hellhole?
It's a $21 million market cap.
Okay.
Out of its 10 billion total supply, only 1.2 billion is out right now.
Let's go in.
It's pretty interesting.
Let's check it out. So what are we at? 21 million. It's up 4% on the day. Down 36% on the month though. On the year, we're down 36%. That's the all-time. Okay. So you do highlight it's got a very low supply out. KIP protocol. So something that is setting off a little bit of worry is that this looks like a KOL dump.
Very much so.
This looks like a KOL dump. This looks like early allocators that were talking it up, dumping, but maybe not. Maybe there's something more to it. Let's see here.
I don't know if it shows it for you, but the market cap is just a straight line for me.
Well, that might be just sometimes these projects that are this small, the market cap data aggregation isn't there.
Fair enough.
So in its defense. But let's go here. KIP, your knowledge is your property. AI built on our collective knowledge, intellectual labor. KIP unlocks digital property rights in AI, granting us the fair share of economic benefits. So it's protecting property rights within the AI ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I like the focus. I like the focus of, like they're not trying to be the solve all end all of, all the problems that are going to come up in AI. But at least they have a decent focus. Now, if you got in a long time ago, you're down quite a bit, honestly. Like it was at 4.2 cents. Now it's 1.8 cents. It's got to have a better job of getting itself noticed, I would say. This is me looking from the outside in. I literally knew nothing about this project going into this show. The chart makes me want to puke. The focus gives me a little hope. Let's see what the X looks like. 386,000 followers. Virtual Bacon follows it. So maybe that's one of the early insiders on it. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, Gabby. My boy Gabby. All right. He's in on it. Jeremy BTC, Crypto Billy, Jolly Green Investor. This Jolly Green Investor, sometimes they put up bangers.
Yeah.
Most of what they put out goes to zero, though. I will see that. Okay, here's something that might be good for it. It was a 2023 Chainlink Hackathon winner. That's an interesting highlight. I don't know, though. I don't know. It's, I've seen a lot of things come and go that, were like hackathon winners or in the hackathons that really didn't end up doing anything. If you're getting into it like here and it does resurge, and that's like a 4X, so that's great. The tokenomics deal, I don't worry about the tokenomics too much until we get to kind of the back end, like October, November 2025. Tokenomics is going to matter a lot when the bear market comes back. I do think the bear market is going to come back for altcoins at the minimum. Tokenomics are going to crush projects that don't have good tokenomics in the bear market. But if it's in that Chainlink hackathon realm, maybe there's something there. But overall, the chart kind of gives me a little bit of worry. So with that, extremely high risk, maybe a high reward. That's as good as I can get. And I try to be as bullish as I can for you. Maybe you're holding the project for a long time, and I'm the wind and the sun and the tree and the sky, and I'm going to be that guy that pumps it to the sky for you. It ain't me, babe. It ain't me. That ain't me. Now, moving on. Got this. German Ministry of Defense, under their leadership of the left-wing SBD party, says that factual exchange of arguments is becoming increasingly difficult on X, and therefore they leave the platform. Interesting. They're closing from their Channel X platform will close January 15th and no longer proactively post on the channel for the foreseeable future. In addition, the X channels, the Inspector General subordinate area and the inspectors and commanders, as well as a central X account, Bududhuiser, will also be closed in the future. this is something to note. They haven't interacted but only 2 times with people on X in the entire year of 2024. So they're complaining that there is just communication's been too difficult on X, so we have to leave, when in fact they've only made 2 attempts to communicate on X in total for the year 2024. This is the death of left-wing politics in the European Union. And what we see is people are fed up with being replaced by immigrants. So the communication might not be the thing anymore in the EU. Maybe they're past communication, maybe to their point of recapturing. Maybe communications left the building, and now they're at the point of recapturing their countries. Shout out to the Europeans that are out there fighting the good fight. They're fighting without the full spectrum of firepower capabilities for the civilians, which makes it tough. They got an uphill battle. You're going to have to be loud. You're going to have to be proud about it. So here you go. Man, I almost went down a ban me rabbit hole with that one.
And now we're going down another banned rabbit hole.
Yeah. What in the hell is Biden's National Security Advisory just saying? This is from Hustle Bitch. Let's have a listen. Oh.
One last word, which is, I hope this is my last time at this podium, at least for a little while. I don't mean that in a negative sense. I mean, the only thing that would bring me back is an unexpected event in the next few days, which, as you all know, is totally possible given everything you've seen over the course of the past years. But if it is, in fact, my last time before you, I just want to say thank you for what you guys do every day. Thank you for putting.
So he's saying a major event coming up in the next few days, right before Trump's inauguration.
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Interesting.
Right? And I was talking about with Trade 5 at the start of the show. It's like, this is the type of conversation coming from the current administration, which makes people very, very uneasy. They're like, what do you mean? Shouldn't security be top notch? Shouldn't you be looking out for potential attempts on the Trump administration? Maybe another movement against his life, like we've seen 2 times over again. And all they can do is say, keep your heads low, right? So it's a very, very interesting time. For the love of God, we only have 5 days left until Biden is out and Trump is in.
Longest 5 days in our entire lives.
Dude, if something very, very bad happens and they have to do a administrative takeover / martial law situation, it does leave the door open for Kamala Harris to be our emergency sitting president, right?
Shit out of something if that happens.
So we're almost there, folks, but just be cautious. Someone else being cautious is South Korean military that were protecting President Yoon from arrest by civilian police in South Korea. It was 200 military versus a 2,000 person standoff of the police, putting the U.S. in a difficult situation. We have quite a few troops there currently. And now we're at the situation, do we protect the democratically elected president or the opposition party trying to remove him? It's a very nuanced conversation. But there's some more to the story here. Most Americans, this is from A War from the Rest. Most Americans do not get what's going on here in South Korea. The legislature is controlled by the CCP as a friendly power. So the legislature under the president controlled by China, right? There has been an election fraud that's been highlighted by the current president of South Korea and massive corruption and influence from China in their electoral process. The president that had just lost that election. You remember the martial law move? He was warning about a martial law, and then it was rescinded within a day. The president is trying to investigate these things happening and correcting it, but nonetheless, he was actually eventually arrested. So that's crazy. Southeast Asia, and really Asia in general, is in a huge upswing. And I don't know how strong Xi Jinping feels now that he sees the return of the orange one, and probably a return of the orange one's floats happening in Hong Kong and the greater mainland of China. Their power grip of total control is slipping. A lot of people say it's unstoppable. I'd say we, the people, have more power than we give ourselves credit for. Now, what a show.
Indeed.
I might get a lot of Jupiter out of that airdrop. I was seeing You might too?
I mean, that's the only exchange. I didn't use Radium. I only
Oh,
used
shit. See, me either. I always like Jupiter because the swaps went through all the time.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll get a good trade. I know I'm over. I might be like,
It's 10K in Jupiter from his airdrop.
dude, I mean, I might get a lot. So I'm excited about that. I appreciate every single one of you out there for staying so based and for holding your bags into this crypto pump. This is an exciting time to be alive. America turning into the superpower of crypto across the world. This is the chaos we are built for. Great trade. I still made $1,200 on that trade. It did wash me out, so that's fine. But I hope every single one of you are staying prepared and positioned for 2025. Inflation's going to come back. They're going to have to raise interest rates on homes. This is where we strike. We take all of this fiat that we're printing here on the blockchain and we hammer into real estate. This is my plan. I appreciate and love every single one of you out there in the chat. Veteran Crypto, Nicole Ministator, Cali Crypto Dude, Tommy Marin, Coins Chick, thank you very much for the support today. Stevie Crypto, Fluffy the Sheep, stay based out there in the EU, and Shady Bandito, Fade and Tradfi, Sufficient Enough, Alden, the franchise, all the people, Green Day Profits. I love and appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you tomorrow with more Alpha. Take care.